Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone can make it back from last night. I'm just gonna get you pulled up over here so I can follow comments along. Okay, I think I'll see us here. Oh, we've got some people hopping on. Say hello when you get here. Let me know who's here, where you're watching from. I'd love to know where people are watching from. Hello, Jason. Where are you watching from tonight? All right. So let's get started. I think everyone's going to join us shortly. Let me turn the volume off over here. There we go. Oh, that's gone. Okay, so let's get started. We've got some people hopping on here. So last night we started with a pour paint, and we wanted to create a sea-like effect. So this is what we came up with. So if you missed last night, just scroll down in Simply Creative Chalking and you will be able to see this, or on YouTube. It's also on YouTube. So it will be part one pour paint, I believe is how it's labeled. So this is our finished product from last night. So we did kind of create a bit of a sea effect. The sky may be a little more angry and the water may be a little more angry than the effect I was going for. But like I said, when you're doing a pour paint, each one comes out a little bit different. So this is our final product from last night, and we created that so we could use this transfer. Mightier than the waves of the sea is his love, is his love for you. So we're going to do this transfer tonight. So let's get started. Let me know where you're watching from. I can see some people coming. Why don't we get a watch party, a Friday night watch party? Share with your friends, share to groups, share wherever you want to share. Let's get some more people on here. So if you're just joining us for the first time, this is one of our Chalk Couture transfers. It is a reusable transfer. It has silk screening in the openings. Unlike a regular stencil that would just be open, it has a very, very fine silk screening in the openings. And the back is adhesive, so it's pretty sticky. So we're going to fuzz this really well because I don't want it to stick to the back, stick to my surface here. So it's a bigger transfer. It's a little bit trickier to fuzz. And believe me, you don't want to get the transfer stuck back on itself because that will make a mess. I think I'm going to go, I've got a newer fuzzing cloth here. I think I'm going to use it. Maybe it has just a little more fuzz. Yeah, ooh, that's what you don't want to do because it's super sticky. Now it's just getting worse. There. So obviously it needs a little more fuzz to it. Well, I have to be a little more gentle. So where's everybody watching from? Hey, Crystal, how are you? I see you hopping on there. Part 2 tonight. We have our pour paint surface, and now we're going to add our transfer to it tonight. Everything had an opportunity to dry. And we actually did 2 pour paints last night, so I'll show everybody how the second one, see, that looks like it wants to. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to, even though I have sealed this, I think I'm going to put a little wax coating on it, just to make sure that it doesn't pull up my paint. Just as a precaution, because as one piece got stuck there, I can see that it wants to lift my paint, and we don't want to go to all this trouble and have that happen. So I'm just using a plain old clear wax here. And by doing this, I'm just going to give the surface just a little bit more. I'll give it a good buff after, but just a little more of a smooth surface, so my transfer doesn't stick too firmly to it. You don't want to have your you don't want to have fresh wax and a lot of wax, because then obviously you're going to pull that up onto the adhesive backing and you can ruin your transfer. So that's not too bad. So let's see how well we're doing here, because I really don't want this to stick too firmly. That's still pretty sticky. I'm going to use a towel. You can fuzz with just about anything. I don't really like using my black towels because they leave a black fuzz. And, you know, it's just a preference thing. Okay, so let's hope for the best. I'll put this down and hopefully not pull up all our paint. So I think I'm gonna go just a little bit higher, maybe do a 2/3, 1/3 type thing. I'm going to use a black paste tonight. And I will use my towel just to put it underneath, just to have a little bit of a fill in the blank, because obviously with a canvas, it's got a little bit more movement to it there. Hey Heather, how are you doing? Hey Shelly, everyone's hopping on. I'm glad to see that. So we're going to use black tonight. I think that's going to be our best option to see it on the varied background, the colors of the background. A little bit of water. Stir up. Let's hope for that we don't stick too firmly to it. You can see just a little ripple here, and that's probably partially because of it being a canvas and having a little more movement. So if you're just tuning in and you didn't follow us last night, we did a pour paint last night. That's the surface that we're working on. And we wanted to create an ocean or sea type atmosphere. And then we're putting a nice verse on it now. So shortly you'll be able to see our final project. And I think I'm gonna lift as I go. My paint seems a little bit dry and I don't want it to be an issue. There we go, we're not doing too badly. I don't see anything lifting. see anybody telling me where they're watching from. Oh, I see somebody from Arizona on there. How are you doing, Brandy? I'm just about done the top portion. I'm going to pull my towel that's just giving me a little firmness in the back. I'm going to pull it down just below my spacer bar. There's a bar right in the middle of it here. And I'm just going to pull that down. There we go. Oop, didn't want to do that. I'm going to lift it now. Coming along. It's coming. I'm going to add a little more paste. I could have added a little bit more water to my paste. You want it about the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. And mine is just a little bit thicker. I added a bit of water just before I started, but I really could have added just a little bit more. But I think we're going to be just okay. Just fine here. So I'll show you when we're done. I couldn't decide. I made a couple of frames today. I also do custom framing here. That was actually my first business, my sideline business. Nurse by profession. Did a little bit of framing. I used to have a custom framing business, and I decided that I would just do a little bit of framing as a sideline hobby, a little bit of stress reliever. So I have that, and then when I retired, I thought I'm going to get into crafting and crafting workshops, and here we are today. Chalk Couture is fabulous for a social aspect and getting to see people. I'm going to add just a little more paste right here. It looks like it's kind of dry there. There we are. I'm going to just hang that back here. I'll wash that up in a minute. Now it's a little more rustic. Some of the letters I think I did, my paste could have been a little bit more wet. Just down in this area, but I don't mind that. And if I want to go back and fix anything up, I can just wash my transfer, relay my transfer, and re-chalk over it, and I'll have a more bold effect. But I don't mind that at all. I kind of like that effect there. So what do you guys think? Is it a winner? Should I frame it? Get it in the center there. Put a nice black frame on it. What do you think? It wasn't too easy. So we did the hard work last night. We did our pour paint. So if you want to see last night's video, it is posted on Simply Creative Chalking, and it's also on my Facebook page, and it's also on YouTube under Simply Creative Chalking. So you can see phase one when we did the pour paint last night, and then I'll also post this video tonight, and we'll have the second part. How does that look? I can't see over there. Hey Shannon, you're dropping in too? And Tiffany? You love it? Thank you. I kind of like it too. It's a little bit different. I was thinking when I first, in my mind, you know, these always don't turn out exactly the way you plan them. In my mind, my colors were going to be a little more muted, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. All right, so I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to show you our other project from last night, and you can decide if we want to go on and add a little bit to it. I'm just going to grab a Lysol wipe here and get the black off my hands. I did a good job on them, because the next one is white, and I don't want to transfer this black over to the white. Well, not too bad there. A little bit. All right. Let's close this up. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this so it can sit with that. I'll put that away and let's get our next project out. All right, so we can leave it alone or we can add more to it. Let's see. You think a white frame, Shelley? We could do a white frame. I don't know if I can do a lot of frames right now because all my suppliers have shut down, so this has been a bit of an issue. I did do a white frame. I think I pretty much used up my white frames. So here is our pour paint from last night. We were trying to create a garden effect. Maybe a little bit too much orange, but it's not too bad. And I was thinking, little something we can do with it is add the transfer, Happiness Blooms from Within, and a little walk on the wild side, maybe do a mini buffalo check design to the frame. What do you think? You want to try that tonight? We'll see what it looks like. Why not? So let's start with the frame. I will pull out my book of magic. These are all my big transfers. I've got a few of these books. And we'll pull out our buffalo. That's our mini buffalo check. As you can see here, we also have our larger buffalo check. We've got a few other really nice designs. We have some nice wreath patterns, laurel wreath, our rooster, never stop making wishes. If you're with me a little while ago, we did do that design. We've got some houndstooth, modern floral. There's so many. This is a fantastic transfer. Use it so much. We have our Navajo pattern. We have our stripes. This is actually a plaid. You can lay it in both directions and create a nice plaid effect. We'll use that sometime soon. All right, so let's pop this out. I didn't put it in the frame, didn't secure it in, so we could do this. There we go. I don't think with this surface I'm going to have to fuzz this. I think it's the proper stickiness for me tonight. And that's probably good right there. We can decide after if we want to do the sides or not. I was thinking the front for now. Anybody want to choose a color? You want to make it a lighter color, a yellow or an orange? Or do you want to go, we can go pink, we can go, this is actually a purpley color. We can do that. What do you think? Anybody have any preferences? Well, looking at that, what if we go, you know, what if we go with the yellow? Let's do Bumblebee. Be a nice bright color on the white, and if we don't like it, I'll remove it, we'll do a different color. Hey Tina, how are you doing? Oh, Lise, you want pink? You're saying pink there? Pink? We could do pink. Why don't we do pink? I like that idea. We'll do pink. We'll go with the crowd here. let's see which pink we want. There is Currant Jam. I've got, oh, this one is Raspberry Sorbet. It's a bit of a brighter pink, a bit of a darker pink. I can go with a nice soft pink. That might be nice too. This is our new one. This is Pink Grapefruit. And I have Peony right here. Nice soft pink there. What do you think? Oh, green. You know what? I did kind of, before I started tonight, think of a green. I was thinking of Citrus Splash. You know what? I think we're gonna do green. Think. Let me see what our Citrus Splash looks like. It probably needs a stir up. So if you're just tuning in, we did a couple of pour paints last night and created a surface for another transfer. And then I thought we would just have some fun and just create this one. Came out a little, maybe a little more orange than I had anticipated, but we kind of wanted the, kind of like a wild garden effect. So that's what we created with that. And then when I looked at it today, I made up this white frame. I thought it might be kind of fun to actually chalk on the frame. So let's do that. Something here. Maybe I'll wrap that around the edge a little bit. Let's see how this looks. Who goes with just plain old boring white frames anymore? All right, so we'll do the front side of it, and then we can take a look and see if we want to do the sides of it. That will be a little bit trickier with the 4 sides, but you know what? Why don't we just go for it? I will just wrap this transfer right around. We could do it right now. If I lift it off, it'll get a little more tricky. So we can just actually just wrap it right around now. Now that it's wet, it might be a little trickier, but I'm kind of a wing it spur of the moment type person, so. Okay. So let me see how much room I have there. I think I can do it on these 2 sides. Yeah, I can do this. I can do this. We're going to work fast because I don't want my paste to dry in my transfer. Anybody who's done any chalking knows about that. I have to pull this a little tighter. And even if it slips a little bit or slides, that just adds to the rustic effect. I'm all about rustic. I gotta put my glasses on, Shelley. I can't read a thing over there. That's why I have my laptop off to the side to help me out, but I think my eyes are getting worse these days because they're not helping me right this moment. All right. Okay. So I'm going to lift that out. I'm going to do this side, and then I'm going to quickly do the other 2 sides. They're going to be a little bit trickier. I'm going to have to hold it in place. Next time I'll plan it better. We won't wing it quite as much. But it'll be cool. It will be cool. Okay. telling me where they're watching from. I want to know where everybody's watching from. I love knowing where everybody's from. I think I saw Brandy. I know we have in Arizona. I know we have a couple of local people. Lise, where are you from? I don't know where you're from. Are you Canadian? Are you US? Are you warm climate? Let us know. If you're a warm climate, I'll say right now I'm jealous, very jealous. I'm a palm tree kind of gal, and we don't have any palm trees here. Something went wrong along the way. I was born to the wrong climate. Oh, I just got paste on my sleeve. Okay, almost done. Then I will show you the neat thing that happened after my live last night. I can start telling you about it. So we did the pour paint last night, and after we finished the live, I was cleaning up, but I had lots of extra paint left over. So what do you do when you got lots of extra pour paint? You make a pour. So I decided that I would dump it all into a cup and do just a upside down messy pour. And that's what I did, and it turned out really, really neat. So I will show you guys what that looks like. Ooh, that looks kind of neat. This is turning into a really funky project. Really funky. I'm making a horrible mess here. If you get to your paint really quick before it dries, you can generally lift it. So that's a good thing to know when you're working with fabrics or canvas. All right. So what do you think? I'll get my hair dryer, we'll dry that up, and we can pop our frame into it. And then I'll show you our lucky happening last night when we were done. My husband even likes it. So I even framed it so you can see. Hey Trisha. Hey Heather, how are you doing? Everybody's hopping on tonight. Let's dry this up. So that's kind of fun. We just chalked, oh, here it is here. We just chalked our frame. Haven't done that before. I think I might do this again. So has everybody checked out the new Celebrations catalog that just released on Wednesday? Oh my God, there are such cute designs in that. You gotta check it out. If you look on my Simply Creative Talking page, you will see a link to the catalog. You can take a look there. Or even at the top of this slide, I have links to my chalk site. If you take a look in there and you go to What's New, you can see the new catalog. Love. I placed a really big order earlier this week. It's really cute. It's got lots of nice summer transfers, and it's going to take us right through until September, to the end of the summer, and our next catalog will release in July, and that will be our fall into winter catalog. So that looks pretty good. Well, this is going to be a little funky, but it's kind of fun. Tight fit. That is kind of fun, kind of different. You could do it in, actually when I first started thinking, my first thought was orange, and then I thought, that might be a little too much orange. So that's kind of a nice fun color though. And like I said, this is a nice smooth finish. Well, it's a frame. I could probably remove the paint, and if I have any staining of my frame, paint over it and chalk another design. Can you see that there? Get it in the center. That's kind of fun. Now, the other thing we were going to do with this was add our happiness blooms from within. And for this one, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to use our Regal, oh, I'm lying to you, Iris, nice purpley color. So, you already bought from the new catalog, Shelley? Yeah, the leopard was sold out. That one, they anticipated last week just because us designers got a bit of a sneak peek, and everybody was chattering about the leopard print, and it's a nice 18 by 18 leopard pattern design, and it was receiving so much interest that they actually figured it might sell out, and they placed another order already, so that should be back in stock fairly quickly. So let's see what we're gonna do. Oh, thanks, Shannon. Yeah, the catalog definitely screams spring, or this screams spring. Both do, both do. Okay, so I am going to try, maybe I might just center it. Maybe I'll do happiness. I'll do blooms from in the center and within over here. Let me just make sure that I've got enough space to do that. So if my lettering stops there, and then I do blooms from there. Lettering's going to stop there. We're going to be a little bit snug on that. Well, what if we'll do something different. We'll do it a little off-centered. We'll go artsy-fartsy. We'll just put all the lettering over here. What do you guys think? A little different. I was hoping I could write it across in the white, but there's not a good way of writing that. Sorry guys, thinking as we go here. I got an idea. We will go across, but we're going to offset it a little bit. So we're going to start with happiness up here. And I'm going to have to dry as we go because my transfer will overlap. That looks straight. What does Iris look like? It's not too bad. Oh, needs a little bit of water. A little bit thick. Haven't used this one in a while. Ooh, very, very thick. Needs a good stir up. Sometimes when you leave them for a while, they dry out a little bit. Well, not really dry out. They thicken up. They don't really dry. If I left them open to the air, they're going to dry out, but they really just kind of thicken up. This one thickened up a lot on me. So if you're not familiar with the paste, you want the consistency of a sour cream or a yogurt. Okay. I'll play with that a little more later, but I can probably work with it right now. through the silk screen there. There, that turned out well. Dry that up. Let me put my glasses on so I can read here. Oh, so much better. Yeah, I thought about that, Shelley. Thought about that. I'm kind of committed a little bit now, but we'll see how it turns out. It doesn't take too long for this to dry up. I'm going to dry that a little bit more. Good. And then I'm going to do blooms from right here. And then I'll do within over here. Maybe I'll put blooms from a little bit higher. I think that's pretty good. I think I have a plan, guys. I think this is gonna work. Let's get some paste here. This is my paste that got a little cold in shipping. If you think about it, our shipments come from Salt Lake City, Utah, and then they travel on a UPS truck to us. So those UPS trucks, I don't think have any heat in the back, so our paste will freeze on us. So you can just give it a quick little zap in the microwave and that will thin it right out for you, or take that thickness away. There we go. Okay, fingers crossed. Oh, unless I'm picking up some of the paint. See if I can lay that down again. Yep, picked up some of the paint, I think. And I'm going to do within here. I didn't fuzz my transfer, did I? I'm going to pay the price tonight. Yeah, the lettering actually, I kind of like the purple. I'm going to have this one. That one's kind of close. I'm going to have this one kind of fall right off this edge here, I think. Go. This is a very, very pretty color. All right, throw that in our water bath over here. Now, I think I am going to, this is where I fuss with stuff and then I'm not happy with it, but let's see how it turns out for us here. I'm going to just try to just add a little more color into this section here. to put that into a dish. You know what? I'll just relay the transfer after. It's not too bad. It looks a little rustic. Put that into our funky frame. And there we have it. Cute little funky piece. Our mini buffalo check. So I think after, I might even just distress this a little bit more than it is, and then I'll give it a good waxing, and that will seal it in there. Oh, there we go, all popped in. So something a little bit funky and different, not my usual style, if you usually follow me, but that's okay. You like it? I like it. All right, so you ready to see our funny little thing that happened last night? It was super cool. Who wants to do another pour paint night? We can do another pour paint and come up with some funky stuff. You like it? Like it, Shannon? Who has already ordered pour paint stuff after watching last night's video? Let me see a show of hands. Because it is, I think I'm seeing comments up there that I'm not seeing here. Oh, thank you, Shelley. I can see you up there now that I have my glasses on. So, you ready for the surprise? Set that guy back here. Are you ready? I took all the colors. Remember, if you were watching last night, I told you that you could layer your colors into a cup, and then I don't have this secured into this frame. And then you can invert the cup onto your surface, and you just give it a second, let all your colors kind of flow from inside your cup down onto your surface, and then lift your cup and it just starts to flow. And then you're just going to, at that point, tip your surface and just kind of make it go wherever you want it to go. And this is what happens. I kind of like it. It's kind of really neat. Do you see all the cells in there? They really popped on this one. So that's the silicone oil that's in there. But all the cells in this area, especially right up in the top there. This is opposite to what I can see. Look at that. It kind of turned out neat, eh? I was a bit concerned. I put a lot of the blues in. I didn't put too much orange. Put the mauves in, obviously, but the colors kind of come out really cool. You ordered them, Shelley? Of course you did. You will love it. Yeah, you kind of end up with a lot of things like this. I'm telling you, once you start, you kind of just keep going until you run out of space to set them out to dry. But it's kind of funky. This one actually, you probably could chalk something onto as well. So we'll set that one aside, and we'll see if we want to do that at some point. We have it here if we want it. All right, so we'll set that back there. I'll bring back our first project of the night. Transfers hit the floor here. And that's our first design that we finished up earlier, if you're tuning in late. And that one kind of turned out kind of neat. Kind of neat. So that one can get a frame, and then it's good to go as well. So I am thinking of hopping on here at some point this weekend, and if anybody wants to hear about the super fantastic, never happened before, will likely never happen again, or who knows when it might happen again, but it's not probably in the foreseeable future. Anybody who is interested or has been thinking about joining Chalk Couture, this month is the month to do it. And they have a triple treat going on where you can earn your starter, the cost of your starter kit back, plus additional bonuses. And if you're watching from Canada, that can come out to over $700 worth of savings and products. It's absolutely phenomenal. And just send me a interested or join, and I will send you all the information, and we can even do a private FaceTime if you want. There's a lot of information to share, and I can take you through step by step and just kind of show you how it all breaks down. So it's called the triple treat, and it's a lot easier to explain it to somebody than to put a graphic up and post it somewhere and try and share the goodness of what it really is. So let me know if you are interested in hearing more about this opportunity. Again, if you've been following along with Chalk Couture and you're thinking that you would like to become a designer, April is the month to do it. The deals are phenomenal. So on that note, I'm gonna head in, and I think I have some wings waiting for me. I think our takeout order has just arrived. So we'll talk to you after. Bye-bye.